Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. So on the last video I was talking about how I wanted to change things up a bit, and so this one's the first of its kind where I just give you a few tips. Maybe it's about food or fashion or makeup or anything else, but the one today we're doing about food. This has happened because there's a few friends of mine who were asking, who I hang out with a lot. They're always like, you eat everything, and I do. I eat burgers and fries and pizza, and somehow I've managed to stay approximately the same weight for about 10 years, I think. After I got married, which was 5 years ago, I did gain 10 kgs, came back, but it's pretty much the same since. And there's a lot of food I love, and it's really hard to just not eat or just permanently eat clean or like healthy. So I eat whatever the hell I want, which I like. So these are the 5 things that I do. First thing, I start my morning with a hot beverage. I get really bored very soon, so it's sometimes it's hot water and lemon, sometimes it's hot water lemon with some cinnamon and turmeric. I find that turmeric is really, it's generally good for everybody. It's anti-inflammatory, it heals everything inside and out. Lemon helps to detox, cinnamon helps speeds up your metabolism, so it's a really good thing to drink in the morning. Sometimes I just have hot water and mint, sometimes I'll have a green tea, or sometimes I also have apple cider vinegar and water, but I can't stand the smell, so it's hard for me to do that, although I do know that it's a really good option, but it just stinks. So that's one thing that I've been doing religiously for quite some time. Keep in mind again, none of these things are rocket science, it's just what has worked with me, for me. The second thing that I have done, and this one I love, is sparkling water. I used to drink 2 cans of soda a day, Diet Coke or Coke or whatever, mostly Diet Coke. Not that it makes you gain weight, but it's just horrible. And also, it directly doesn't make you gain weight, but it makes you hungry, and then I would just end up eating a whole bunch of unnecessary things. So switching to sparkling water has made the biggest difference for me. I love how it tastes. At least I'm also getting my water in. I stopped drinking soda, so it's been I'm pretty addicted actually to sparkling water. Like I drink that very, very often, pretty much all the time, and it tastes so good and so refreshing, and it's just, oh, it's so good. So I think if you are addicted to soda, just try to switch that up, maybe slowly at first, but you'll see that it makes a difference. The third thing that I have done is I've started carrying a jar of salad either to work. So I usually come home for lunch. If I don't, I just eat that at work. If I do, I still eat it at work. So by the time I reach home, I'm not crazy hungry and not eating everything that I see in front of me. So obviously it decreases your appetite, which means you just end up eating less of whatever it is. Now, it doesn't mean I'm eating a super clean meal for lunch. I'll have chapati or a sandwich, or sometimes even pizza or rice and something. So it's not that it's a grain-free, carb-free, super clean meal. It's just that I would automatically eat whatever it is that I want to eat, but I'd eat less of it because I've had a salad, and that has also made a really big difference. I would definitely recommend. For me, I think it's also the perfect way to get my greens in. It's so refreshing, and I try to, I have about 5 to 7 salad recipes that I just keep switching around. Also very basic. Might do another video about the salads I make because they're kind of fun. So definitely have a salad before a meal. Even if you don't have the time to do a really crazy beautiful salad, you could just do some cherry tomato, cucumber, baby spinach, I don't know, whatever it is that you like. Just have a little bit of that, so that at least again when you sit down to eat, you don't want to eat everything that you see in front of your face. The fourth thing I've been doing, and this is kind of recent, I would say about 2 years maybe. So I have a major sweet tooth. So after any meal, I usually eat a piece of chocolate. Really not the best, but one day we'll talk about if I'm gonna just quit sugar and see how that does for me. But for now, that's not happening. So what happened is, a couple of years ago, I was getting ridiculously bloated and sick, and I got my gut checked, and and my food allergy test done, and I'm pretty reactive to a lot of food. So I had to stop dairy, gluten, almonds, some vegetables, meat, and a whole bunch of stuff. So when I had stopped all of that, I found a lot of dairy-free chocolate, and then I finally started eating dairy-free, gluten-free, refined sugar-free dessert, and I started keeping those at home. There's some amazing homegrown brands that I love, of family and friends who make delicious dessert. So I always make sure I have something from there, and so after I eat a meal, I would just go and eat that, eat a piece of a donut or a cake or an oat bar or whatever it is, instead of reaching out for a lot of chocolate, which is what I would do earlier. Some of my favorites are Honey Melts, which is, oh, she's so good. She's so talented. Her food's amazing. So definitely check her out. Being Vegan is also one of my new favorites. She does these oat bars that are insane. I also recently discovered Keto by Foxy, although I'm not on a ketogenic diet. Her stuff is good. There's a peanut butter blondie that is really fun to eat. So, and I'm sure there's a lot more. Oh, the one I had started with was Goyu, or I'll put her link so you can see. But her passion fruit cheesecake was really good. So basically just make sure you have dessert at home so that you don't just reach out and eat refined sugar. So yeah, that helped me a lot. It was great because I stopped eating a lot of things, like a lot of excessive chocolate. Also at the organic store they have, I think it's called Conscious, the brand, and they do really amazing sugar-free, dairy-free chocolate. My favorite is the one with orange. It's amazing. I keep bars at home always so that I don't reach and eat. The fifth thing is pretty simple, but it's kind of, when I was younger I would do it really well, then at a point I just stopped doing it. I don't know if it was like work or university, or I was always in a rush, or just very hungry when I would eat. So I started gulping my food. So the fifth thing is to chew. Chew your food, please. I cannot emphasize enough how important and simple and helpful this is. Just to chew. And I have counted, if I am eating fast, I probably don't even chew my food 5 to 7 times, and that's horrible. It's horrible because you just eat all of it. The saliva doesn't do the work. Your stomach has to like really go ham trying to like digest all of that. So it's a complicated system. A lot of things don't get digested. Your nutrients are not all over your body. It just goes in and gets out, and you just pretty much wasted everything you ate. Plus you're gonna get major indigestion. This is why I got kind of sick, because I wasn't chewing. I was just eating, and then I think you end up eating a lot more, and it's just a mess. However, if you do chew, I try to like count in my head now. I've reached it like a good 22 times, which is also, by the way, hard. But I think you get there because it takes longer. So automatically, if you just count and eat, you would be eating less because it takes you longer to eat, which means you would automatically just over time kind of compress your appetite, and then probably just lose some weight. Plus your food gets digested, and that is really good for your body. You're getting all the nutrients. So it's a really perfect, very easy, amazing thing to do. Just try to do that, and I think you will see a really big difference. Overall, again, I would say I am not a health or food guru. I don't know a lot. These are just things that I do for myself, and I find that they work. I also have very bad self-control, so I will eat whatever it is that I want to eat, and I can just, if I want to eat fries, I'm gonna eat them. If I want to eat a dessert, I will eat. I will just try to limit it now, or save it for something really good. Eat everything, just eat in moderation. I try to avoid dairy as much as possible. I have switched to plant-based milk. I think that there is a pretty big misconception about plant-based milk as well. There is some people I know that absolutely hate it. There are some brands that I absolutely hate too, so I really understand. If you've had a bad experience trying a plant-based milk, then you'd just be upset. So I would suggest make it at home if you can, but if you can't, that's okay. There are some really good brands that I have discovered I personally prefer coconut milk and oat milk, and I cannot stand almond milk and soy milk. So find something you like, try a bunch of different brands, and then switch. If you consume a lot of yogurt, I would just say try to cut that off as well. There's a lot of good dessert that's healthy, so you can do that. Gluten-free bread tastes like garbage. I hate it. So whenever I am craving bread, I'm just gonna have a little. Thank God I am not allergic, so I can consume gluten. I would just try not to. So I think the idea is to make just better decisions every day instead of putting this pressure of I don't eat this and that and that, and then you get so caught up in that you pretty much spiral down, or at least that's what happens with me. I'm gonna be so good for a week, and then for 2 weeks I'll just eat whatever I want, and I think that that sort of is not a long-term plan. So just every day choose to eat more vegetables, just make better choices. And yeah, that's it. I hope this was helpful, and please like and subscribe and let me know if you liked it. This is something new I'm trying, so if this is of interest, again, please let me know so I can continue. And thank you so much for watching and all the support.